Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX. Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
What's happening, beautiful people? Good day, good morning, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the market news with InstructFX. My name is Andrew, and today I have more fresh news from the market, so buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. We're exactly 30 minutes away from the opening bell, so here is what's happening in the markets today, 15th of July, 2021. With the earnings season for the second quarter making its debut on Tuesday, and some of the big banks already reporting big gains for the quarter, the earnings calendar today brings us Morgan Stanley, Bank of New York Mellon, US Bancoorp and United Health reporting their earnings. The giant streaming service Netflix will be in focus as well after it reported that very likely it will incorporate video games into its streaming service soon, giving traders increased confidence in the company's plans to expand its spectrum. The economic calendar looks very busy today with the initial jobless claims and the industrial data production being heavily watched by investors, and also the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index as well as Jerome Powell's testimony at the opening bell will keep investors with their fingers on the triggers. Commodities markets moved overnight as well, seeing crude oil prices weakening by an unexpected rise in U.S. gasoline stocks as well as talks that OPEC Plus is nearing an agreement on increasing production levels. The Energy Information Administration reported yesterday an 8-weekly draw in U.S. crude stockpiles, but the market was surprised by a rise in gasoline inventories last week. Bitcoin news. Bitcoin and Ethereum both tanked on the trading session today and remain under pressure after the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell expressed openness to the idea of creating a digital dollar. In his testimony, Jerome Powell endorsed arguments advanced by others on the Fed, such as Lyle Brainard, that an official digital currency could bring meaningful improvement in handling transactions without the latent volatility risk of private cryptocurrencies and so-called stablecoins. More about this topic and the U.S. markets open coming up. Right. Good morning, America, once again, and welcome everyone to the U.S. Markets Open. Before we get down to business, please allow me to thank our sponsors at Markets.com for making these daily videos possible. A multi-regulated trading platform where the deposit page is not a one-way street, and you can trade hundreds of instruments, guys, from Forex, commodities, stocks, indices, and cryptocurrencies. And to top it all up, you can even purchase physical stocks from Markets.com. I'll leave a link in the description down below in case you wanna try it out. And if you have any questions, please feel free to come back to us anytime. Now, let's get down to business and see what is happening today. The start of the earnings season this quarter was absolutely amazing, with almost all the big banks reporting outstanding numbers for the quarter. JP Morgan announced $11.9 billion in profit during the second quarter, which is up 155% from the same period of 2020, while Goldman Sachs reported a net profit of nearly $5.5 billion, which again is a sharp increase from the $373 million the same quarter a year ago. Capital markets have just been wide open. Jeremy Barnum, JP Morgan's chief financial officer, told the reporters during a conference call And Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon indicated that the second half of 2021 looks equally impressive. Now, we saw the start of the earnings season on Tuesday, guys, with JP Morgan, PepsiCo, Goldman Sachs, First Republic Bank, Fastenal, and ConAgra Foods reporting. And we had a fantastic debut of the earnings season with all the big companies reporting figures that exceeded consensus expectations and estimations. Yesterday, we had the Bank of America reporting, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, BlackRock, PNC Financial, and Severn Trent. I don't know what happened with Severn Trent, why they haven't reported yet. But looking at the big boys that reported yesterday, we can clearly see, again, that Bank of America is smashing it along with the other big banks. Yeah, Wells Fargo is smashing it as well. Citigroup, all in green for Citigroup. BlackRock came out positive as well. And PNC Financial missed the earnings per share, which came out 2.43 cents versus a forecast of 3.9 cents. But they made up by exceeding the revenue forecast. Now, today, so far, we had the big boys reporting. We had United Health reporting 4.7% earnings per share versus an expectation of 4.43, 71.32 billion versus an expectation of 69.6. Morgan Stanley, again, showed us how big this investment bank is with 1.89 earnings per share and revenue that exceeded the forecast, coming out at 14.76 billion. So brace. We're going to have a very interesting market open in half an hour from now. Sorry. US Bancorp also came out with 128 earnings per share versus an expectation of $1.12, and revenue beat forecast with 5.78 billion announced versus a forecast of 5.62 only. Bank of New York Mellon as well traded higher than $1. They announced earnings per share of $1.13 versus an expectation of 0.99 cents. And in terms of revenue, we're looking at 3.96 billion versus an expectation of 3.86 billion. Cintas also did really well, reporting 2.47 earnings per share versus an expectation of 2.31. And in terms of revenue, we're looking at $1.84 billion. Yeah, versus which is $2 billion higher than the forecast, which was at 1.82. Tomorrow, we're going to have Honeywell, Charles Schwab, VF, State Street, and Burberry Group reporting their earnings per share as well as the revenue. So buckle up, guys. If we're going to continue like this in the upcoming weeks, we're going to have a green earnings season for the second quarter. So very likely the U.S. indices and the U.S. stocks will trade through the roof once again. This is what is happening now. I was telling you a few minutes ago that Netflix came out with a great news. This is the news that I was telling you about. So basically, Netflix reported a plan on offering games within the next year. Okay, this was reported by Rock Paper Shotgun website.com. So let's go through the article for a couple of seconds and see what has happened. So earlier this year, reports surfaced claiming Netflix wanted to expand into games, creating their own Apple Arcade-like service. Now it seems the company are getting properly into it, hiring a couple of industry veterans and listing game development-related jobs on their website. So, supposedly, the streaming platform plans on offering games alongside its films and TV series within the next year. According to Bloomberg, within the year, Netflix plans on putting games under their own category on the streaming platform, like how documentaries or stand-up specials have their own little section on their website. Surprisingly, one of Bloomberg's sources says Netflix doesn't have plans to charge extra for the games. They'll just exist alongside everything else, all included in your usual subscription fee, which is great news. Because think about it. Yeah, whenever a giant like this adds a new service, obviously, we're expecting it to charge for the extra service as well. So this is very good news. Once again, keep an eye on Netflix stocks at the opening bell today, and get ready. Maybe it's going to be a very interesting buying opportunity. Though this doesn't feel like a way to simply increase the regular subscription price, was the last statement from this article. Anyway, good news for Netflix. Okay, so far, very good stock to keep an eye on. Now, let's move on to the economic calendar, guys, because big things are happening in the economic calendar. Yeah, we started nice and early today with numbers coming from China, and we saw mixed data coming out. Okay, we saw the fixed asset investment year over year for the month of June coming out above expectations at 12.6%. We saw the gross domestic product quarter over quarter for the second quarter coming out above expectations at 1.3%. And year over year for the second quarter, we saw a decline in the gross domestic product, with the data coming out at 7.9% versus a forecast of 8.1% from consensus. Industrial production also did really, really well. Year over year for the month of June, 8.3% came out versus what was forecasted by consensus at 7.8%. The unemployment rate remained steady at 5% in China. And this was followed by a press conference, which probably gave a bit volatility to the markets. Now, at 9 o'clock GMT plus 3 this morning, we had the average earnings index and the bonuses from the UK on the British pound, which came out 7.3%. Versus a forecast of only 7.1%. We had the claimant count charge negative 114.8 billion. And we had the employment change, 3 months coming out at 25,000 versus a forecast of 90,000. The unemployment rate in the UK also rose a bit today to 4.8% versus the forecast from consensus, which was only 4.7%. Therefore, we saw the pound heading to the downside today. Okay, at least until now. At 1400 hours, a couple of hours ago, we had the OPEC monthly report. I didn't get the data, so my team will get into a bit of trouble for that. But as soon as something comes out and we know about it, I will surely let you know. Now, we had half an hour ago, we had the export and the import price index announced in the United States. We saw the export price index coming out as expected at 1.2%. We saw the import price index coming out lower at only 1% versus the forecast at 1.2%. And the initial jobless claims came out at 360,000, which was as predicted by consensus. The NY Empire State Manufacturing Index for July came out 43 versus a forecast of just 18. The Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index for July came out in red at 21.9 versus an expectation of 28. And the Philly Fed employment for July also came out at 29.2, which was a bit better than the previous. Industrial production slowed down in the United States, apparently 0.4% versus an expectation of 0.6% from economists, and way lower than the previous 0.7%. Now, to top it up, in exactly 12 minutes at the opening bell, we're going to have the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell testifying in front of the committee for the second day in a row. So brace for volatility, guys. We're going to see a lot of volatility very, very likely during Jerome Powell's statement. Now, we have more and more things to talk about. We have about 15 minutes, 12 to 15 minutes prior to the opening bell. So, commodities, guys. Let's see what is happening with commodities. We had a very interesting article coming out earlier on. This is the article, basically. So, oil down, U.S. gasoline build, and OPEC Plus dispute resolution brews supply trouble. This was reported by investing.com 4 hours ago. So, let's see what the article is all about. Okay, oil price was down this morning, today, basically in Asia, with a recent rally fizzling as a build in U.S. gasoline inventories and a potential Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and Allies agreement to increase supply clouded the black liquids outlook. Brent oil futures were down 0.68% by 1:38 a.m. Eastern Time, and WTI futures fell 0.74%, trading around the $72.59. Right. Now, we had the Crude oil inventories yesterday. So the crude oil supply data released by the American Petroleum Institute showed a draw of 4.79 million barrels. Okay, and Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates reportedly resolved the dispute that caused the breakdown of an OPEC Plus meeting earlier in the month and hung August supply increase in the balance. The latest breakthrough proposal gives the United Arab Emirates a higher input quota, with talks continuing. However, other OPEC Plus members are also seeking better terms, with Iraq reportedly pursuing a higher production baseline as well. Well, of course, and if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it only takes one member to agree on increasing the output, and then obviously everyone else will probably race to do the same thing. So with the prospect of more supply from OPEC Plus and crude nearing overbought levels, it's not surprising to see Down Taichi Capital Advisors LLC managing member of the Global Macro Program, Tariq Zahir, told Bloomberg. However, investors remain concerned about the recent outbreaks of COVID-19 involving the Delta variant in several countries and its impact on fuel demand. Australia extended the lockdown in Sydney by further 2 weeks, while daily cases in South Korea reached a record high of 1,600 as of July 15th. Trouble is brewing for the oil market. Fears are mounting that rising COVID-19 Delta cases could delay a full economic recovery. This in turn poses a significant threat to oil demand growth in the near to medium term. PVM Oil Associates Limited analyst Stephen Brannock told Bloomberg. Okay, so this is what's happening with the oil markets. Let's have a quick look at the charts and see how oil moved on the European trading session today. There we go. This is the crude oil WTI chart on a 60-minute chart. So every green or red candlestick, once again, you see on the charts, represents 1 hour. Yeah, so we're looking back in time at crude oil's performance in the last 12 to 20 hours or so. Currently, crude oil WTI is trading at $72.24. And I don't know if you're noticing this, guys. The ones of you that are watching my daily broadcasts probably know this by now. The closer we get to the opening bell, usually the volatility starts picking up. And usually we see this volatility happening on crude oil. We see it happening on the US dollar index, on gold futures as well. Yeah, and why not? Even the cryptocurrencies are reacting as we get closer to the opening bell. Now, in this case, we can see the volatility hasn't started yet. Yeah, we see a very shy correction trying to happen now after a very aggressive drop that happened in the last 15 hours or so. Okay, so I wouldn't bet on this picking up the volatility if it hasn't happened so far. We might see a bit of volatility happening once we get into the US trading session, which is going to be in exactly 10 minutes from now. Yeah, 72.23 so far with the RSI close to the overbought levels, and we see stochastic trading at its lows as well, indicating, at least from the technical point of view, a bit of buying power on the markets. We might see a bit of buying power happening, but I'm keeping an eye on that 50 moving average or the 200 moving average at 73.80, and very, very likely we might see a rejection. Yeah, now that we have the confirmation that UAE and probably other OPEC Plus members will outproduce. Yeah, we also saw last week that US added more oil and gas rigs for the second week in a row, again trying to boost production and probably send oil prices a bit lower, trying to balance the markets. Yeah, the same markets that last week were pointing to potential crude oil WTI futures reaching $100 per barrel. Now, I have a big news about cryptocurrencies, guys. Yeah, and having a quick look at Bitcoin, we're seeing it trading to the downside at 683.3 on the Bitfinex exchange, and we're looking at Ethereum trading below the $2,000 mark at 1,892.58. Right. You are probably wondering what caused this meltdown in the cryptocurrency prices, and that is very easy to explain. So check this out. Cryptocurrencies apparently have stabilized somehow overnight, but remain under pressure after the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell yesterday expressed openness to the idea of creating a digital dollar in his testimony. Jerome Powell roughly endorsed arguments advanced by others on the Fed, such as Lael Brainard, that an official digital currency could bring meaningful improvement in handling transactions without the latent volatility risk of private cryptocurrencies and the so-called stable coins. Now, on top of that, Italy's financial regulator became the latest to warn that crypto trading firm Binance has no license to operate in its jurisdiction. This is the article, guys, which we're going to read now for 7-8 minutes or so until we're going to witness together the opening bell on the U.S. markets open, on the U.S. markets trading session today. Right. So, joining a handful of countries, Italy, joins the list of global regulators warning against Binance, guys. Binance took another big hit. Apparently, someone definitely wants Binance out of Europe, and probably someone definitely wants Binance out the market. Let's see what this article says. So, Italy's securities regulator Consob is the latest government agency to issue a warning against Binance, saying that the crypto exchange is unauthorized to operate in the country. Consob warns savers that the companies of the Binance Group are not authorized to provide investment service and activities in Italy, not even through the website Binance.com, said the regulator earlier today. This is even though certain sections of Binance.com, including derivatives and stock tokens, are in Italian, said Consob. Binance.com has been available in Italy since 2018. We are aware of the notice from Consob, and we can confirm that Binance.com does not operate out of Italy. This has no direct impact on the services provided on Binance.com, a Binance spokesperson told the blog when contacted. Now, I'm going to disagree with this, and I have a valid reason to do that. If you remember, following the announcement that Binance suspended the SEPA deposits from the European Union last week, if you remember, the spokesperson said the same thing, that the traders won't be affected by this decision. Well, they are. I saw several articles and several complaints on the social media, including an SMS sent to me by Binance, that deposits are not being accepted anymore. Initially, they said that the wire deposits from SEPA countries, from the SEPA region, will not be affected anymore, but traders and the clients of Binance can still deposit using their debit or credit cards. Well, that is wrong, guys. I saw hundreds and tens and hundreds of complaints from traders on social media in the last week or so, all complaining that they cannot deposit on Binance anymore. So, again, whatever the Binance spokesperson said, I can disagree based on the track record that Binance has, that every time a news like this came out, traders were directly impacted and they weren't allowed to deposit, not even using their Visa or MasterCards anymore. Okay, so this is the reality that's happening. Let's see what's going to happen with Binance. Probably Binance will leave the European Union. But what is it going to do? Because we saw more and more countries cracking down on Binance. So Consob's warning is similar to other regulators' notices and actions against Binance in the recent weeks. It all started when the United Kingdom Financial Conduct Authority banned Binance Markets Limited, Binance's UK entity, saying that the firm is not authorized to operate in the country. The notice also said that no other entity in the Binance Group was authorized to operate in the UK, but since Binance main exchange isn't based in the UK, it likely falls outside of the crypto asset regime. However, the Financial Conduct Authority warning appears to have already impacted Binance's businesses. The exchange is losing fiat on-ramps as several British banks, including Santander and the Barclays, have moved to block user payments to Binance.com. Binance itself had to suspend customer deposits via the single euro payments area, which is the SEPA I was telling you a couple of minutes ago. due to events beyond their control, they said. The SEPA network allows customers to send the euros across 36 countries. Right. Besides, in Italy and the United Kingdom, regulators of other countries, including the US, Japan, Thailand, Poland, and the Cayman Islands, have all either issued warnings or taken action against the exchange recently. So, if you remember, I was asking the same question last week, guys. Who wants Binance out of business and why? Okay, Binance is not the only crypto exchange that operates worldwide. Okay, it's one of the biggest. It's probably the biggest in terms of trading volume. But it's not the only one. So how come Binance only is in trouble and the other crypto exchanges that operate worldwide, okay, can still operate freely? Okay, either someone wants Binance out of business, at all costs. Either Binance definitely did something dodgy that made all the global regulators crack down on it. This is what I have to say. Now, we're going to come back in a minute or so. We're exactly 2 minutes ahead of the U.S. markets open. So we're going to come back in a minute with the opening bell, the charts of the day, the signals of the day, and let's see how the U.S. markets will open today. Stay tuned.
Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX. Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Right, we're exactly 2 minutes ahead of the opening bell of the U.S. markets open. But before we get into that, I have a question. Is the U.S. inflation sustainable, guys? Because we saw the U.S. inflation moving at a faster pace in the last 20 years. So the question is valid. Is the U.S. inflation sustainable? And I'm not the only one asking the question. As you can see on the screen, someone else is asking the question, and I'm sure millions of people are asking the same question. And here's why. The consumer price index, a key inflation measurement, jumped 0.9% in June, the largest one-month increase in 13 years. Over the past 12 months, prices were up 5.4%. Gas prices rose 45.1% compared to a year earlier. Food prices were 2.4% higher, while prices for dining out rallied 4.2%. But even stripping out volatile food and energy prices, the so-called core CPI rose 4.5%, the largest 12-month increase in that closely watched measure in 30 years. Used car prices have skyrocketed more than 45% in the last 12 months. Meanwhile, airfare has increased almost 25%, and hotel and motel prices also rose by 15%. This data is hugely important since out-of-control inflation could jeopardize the health of the economy as it snaps back following COVID-19 shutdowns. Officials at the Federal Reserve maintain that the spike in inflation is temporary, but they're watching the situation closely in case they need to roll back crisis-era support sooner than expected. Right. Okay. So this is the question. Yeah, this is why I was asking this question. Now, investment bankers, because let's have a quick look at the earnings calendar. Once again, we see the start of the earnings calendar this year booming. We see the big banks booming in terms of revenue and earnings per share. So why is that? Investment bankers have had a busy year as companies race to raise money via hot markets and scoop up competitors. Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan reported huge second quarter profits on Tuesday, topping up expectations, with JP Morgan announcing $11.9 billion in profit during the second quarter, which is up 155%, guys, from the same period of 2020, while Goldman Sachs reported a net profit of nearly $5.5 billion, again, which is a sharp increase from 373 million, which they had in the same quarter a year ago. Fees from advising on initial public offerings and mergers and acquisitions played a very big role this year. At JP Morgan, global investment banking fees hit an all-time high, while Goldman Sachs said its investment banking unit had its second best quarter ever. Fair enough so far. The April June to June quarter was the busiest for US IPOs in over 2 decades, while the first 6 months of 2021 saw global mergers hit yet again another world record. Capital markets have just been wide open. Jeremy Barnum, JP Morgan's chief financial controller, told reporters during a conference call, and Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon indicated that the second half of 2021 looks equally impressive. With inflation numbers almost doubling in the last 12 months, the question remains, is the US inflation sustainable on the long run after rallying at such a fast pace this year? Let me know what you think in the comments box below, guys. And don't forget to click that subscribe button and help us delivering more great content. Now, let's see what's happening with the markets. We should be at the US markets open. Why? There we go. Let's see how the markets open today, guys, on this beautiful Thursday, 15th of July, 2021. There we go. Yeah, I'm just going to go on a 5-minute chart to see what is happening at the US markets open. Yeah, we're looking at crude oil WTI gaining very, very little ahead of the opening bell. It's retesting that 50 moving average from what we see right now to the upside. 72.35 the current market price. I'm not going to be surprised if I'm going to see a bit of buying power. Okay, shortly. Yeah, sending the crude oil WTI futures all the way up to 73.28, where the 200 moving average is. Let's see what happened with the euro at the US markets open. Again, nothing notable has happened. We see the euro dropping sharply. Yes, since the markets open today, we see a bit of a correction happening right now, and the euro is trading at 118.18. It's completely normal. Nothing out of the ordinary has happened yet, and corrections like this after such a sharp sell-off are widely expected. 118.18 for the euro. Let's give the markets a few minutes to calm down, and then probably the euro will pick a direction of the day. Let's not forget Jerome Powell, the Fed chairman, just started testifying for the second day in front of the committee minutes ago. So a bit of volatility might still happen once reporters get to the Q&A. Let's see what's happening with the pound now, which we see it on a 1-hour chart settling above the 200 moving average, 138.51 for the pound. Again, nothing big has happened. We saw the pound swinging up and down and trading more or less in a ranging market than choosing a direction for today. The USD JPY pair started picking up a couple of hours ago. We see it currently trading at 109.92 and dropping a few minutes into the US trading session after a retest of that 50 moving average at 110.11. Okay, the RSI is pointing downwards for the USD JPY pair. We see stochastic turning around from the highs, pointing downwards as well. So we might see a bit of weakness in the US dollar, but with Jerome Powell speaking as we speak right now, anything could happen. Let's see what the US dollar, what the Aussie dollar is doing versus the US dollar. Again, the Aussie dollar seems to be subdued a bit by that 200 moving average. Yeah, again, trading in a range. 0.7442 is the current market price, and we see it trying to recover gently after a sharp drop that happened for over 4 hours. Yeah, the RSI is somewhere close to the oversold levels. We see stochastic at the bottom of the chart. Yeah, not knowing what to do yet. So for now, at least, we're going to see the Aussie dollar not being able to pick a direction versus the US dollar. USD CAD opened on the positive side. We see the US dollar pushing for the last 3 hours, 4 hours now versus the Canadian dollar, 125.55. Yeah, with the RSI up in the overbought levels, and stochastic again very, very high into the overbought levels as well. However, we might see the US dollar strengthening. If we're going to see positive comments from Jerome Powell. The S&P 500 opened to the downside today, guys. Currently trading at 4,356 and 57.30. Okay, it's currently retesting that 50 MA. It has a long way to go to that 200 moving average to the downside at 4,287. So let's see what's going to happen. There is potential to the upside as well, considering most of the big banks and most of the companies reporting their earnings in the last couple of days did really, really well. And we saw impressive numbers. Impressive jumps. Quick recap. JP Morgan, 11.9 billion in profit during the second quarter, which is up 155% from the same period of 2020. And Goldman Sachs reported a net profit of nearly 5.5 billion, again, which is a sharp increase from the 373 million the same quarter a year ago. Okay, so the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones have some pressure on them. Let's see how the Dow opened today. Again, negative opening for the Dow, retesting that 50 moving average to the downside. 34,813.30 is the current market price for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Right, let's have a quick look at the US dollar index, which was awaiting for Jerome Powell's testimony. You can see here how markets ranged for a number of hours. Okay, and just 4 hours ago, we saw the US dollar index pushing a bit higher, and touching the 92,600 level. Okay, currently it's trading at 92,513. Okay, we see a bit of volatility, a bit of a pullback after a 4-hour rally or a 5-hour rally for the US dollar index. Remember, anything can happen while Jerome Powell is testifying today. The odds are for the US dollar to strengthen a bit, okay, as Jerome Powell appears to be more dovish, okay, in terms of interest rate decisions and tapering inflation. Gold futures, on the other hand, trading to the upside, $1,826 and $27 flat after getting rejected by that 50 moving average at 1,821.28. RSI pointing upwards. We see stochastic turning around from the oversold levels, pointing upwards as well. So let's see what's going to happen. Overall, gold futures seem to be in an uptrend, and I think it's quite clear, the uptrend, and that the price is well supported by the 200 moving average. But if you want to get a clear indication, there is a trend channel, that many technical traders use. Okay, and when they're trying to establish a point of entry, for the asset, and this is how they do it. They very, very often you're going to see this trend channel, divided in two sections. The big swing and the small swing. And this is what I did now. I added a center line, and you can see it coincides with the 50 moving average, and the 200 moving average as well. Okay, so this makes me think that my channel and my drawing skills are quite right. Now, let's see what's going to happen. With the RSI trading above the 50% level, there is potential for gold futures to trade a bit higher today. Maybe we're going to see it trading all the way up to 1,835. Or why not 1,840 if it's going to get a bit of help from Jerome Powell. On the other hand, we might see it breaking this center line and coming down to retest the levels at 1,813.51. Okay, the same level that was reached on the 13th of July, which is exactly 2 days ago. Okay, this is the trend channel, and this is what you need to keep an eye on. Now, let's have a look at silver and see how silver is doing. Again, similar trajectory to gold. We see silver trading a bit higher in the last couple of trading sessions, $26.35 right now. With the RSI somewhere in between, trading around the 52% level. And stochastic apparently turning around from its lows, indicating again potential strength in silver futures. Right, let's have a look at Tesla, guys. We didn't check Tesla for quite some time now. $661.20. Today, Tesla seems to be trading a bit higher, but it's trading in between these two moving averages. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen. RSI is pointing upwards. Stochastic is pointing upwards. But from what we can see, Tesla seems to be having a very, very interesting resistance level. Around the 693.92 mark. We can see that every time it touched that level, it came down tumbling. Now, by the looks of it, it's gaining a bit, $661 flat for Tesla. Let's see what's going to happen. No indication can be given on that one. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is trading to the downside a few minutes into the US trading session, trading at $31,756. And Ethereum is trading a bit higher, funny enough, trading at $1,907.29. If you remember, minutes ago, Ethereum was trading below the 1,900 mark, trading at around 1,889. This is what is happening with the markets today. Now, I opened a few trades on my small trading account where I'm trying out some strategies, and some trading signals. So allow me 30 seconds, to log into the trading account, and then I'm going to share my trades with you. Stay tuned.
Keep your finger on the market pulse with the News Alerts tool. Stay up to date on the latest sentiment across all the major asset classes. Uncover bullish or bearish signals tied to specific assets that could be developing before major price moves, and track how news sentiment correlated with price in the past. Track the news volume on an asset, its fear index, and get a better feel for its underlying strength. All with News Alerts, your central hub for market information. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Right, and we're back, beautiful people. 15 minutes into the US trading session. These are the trades I took earlier on. Again, this is not investment advice. I am not encouraging anyone to follow my actions. You have to do your own research, and decide for yourself if you want to open a position up or down. I'm only using this account to show you how easy you can go into profits or in losses, when the volatility happens. So this is it. I'm just trying different strategies. I'm not encouraging anyone to follow my actions once again. Now, this tiny trading account that I have is with our sponsors at markets.com. So following a bit of technical analysis, which I did earlier on, following the signals, some trading signals that I'm following as well. I went for short positions on the euro, short position on the Kiwi dollar, and a couple of long positions on USD CAD and USD JPY. Now, this is a cent account, so obviously the profit or the loss, will be very, very little, as I'm only opening very small positions. Once again, to try and test different things and share these things with you. I wouldn't test strategies like this on a real trading account where you have a big chunk of money in. So far, this account shows me I'm in profit $2.37. These are the positions I opened. This is the price where I entered the markets, and this is the amount that I've used from the trading account. It's a $500 trading account, and I'm using roughly $30 to $40 per position. And when I'm trading currency pairs, I'm not opening more than 3, maybe 4 positions at a time. I need to keep my exposure low in case I get a bit of a drawdown on the trading account, and I have to keep these positions open for a day or two until the market calms down, and it allows me to exit that position, hopefully without a loss, or without a hefty loss. Okay, let's have a quick look. Euro USD, let's see what's happening. Euro is pushing a bit higher, but I see the price. I'll explain to you the logic, okay? Let me explain to you the logic of opening these trades to the downside, or to the upside. So first of all, let's have a quick look at the charts on a 4-hour chart. We can see that the euro is in a downtrend for quite some time now. And if I zoom out, we're going to see this downtrend starting on the 21st of June, which is over 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Yeah, since then we saw the euro in a downtrend, and we saw that every time the euro reached this yellow line, which is the 50 moving average, it got rejected, and it traded lower. Now, earlier on, I saw this retest of the 50 moving average. Okay, again, looking at it from the very technical point of view to see if it works, because no one can tell you for a fact if it works or not. That's why I'm using these live examples with you every day. So I saw the rejection. I saw the red candlestick. I saw the rejection from the 50 moving average, and I decided to short the euro then. Okay, luckily I caught a bit of the movement. Now the market is correcting a bit. Yes, so this is entirely up to me now if I want to stick to this position, hold on to it, if I truly believe the euro will trade lower, or not. Okay, we might see this retest happening here on the 50 moving average once again, and after that we're going to see the euro trading even lower. The other chance is that we're going to see the euro trading higher and retesting that 200 moving average, and being on a 4-hour chart, guys, that's a long way to go. That's why my stop loss, it's at this level. So if I go back to a 1-hour chart, you will see that now the 200 moving average, the red line, where I'm thinking that the euro will get rejected from, and continue the downtrend, is there, and my position is protected with a stop loss, way above that line. This is it. I'm not planning to lose a lot of money. My stop loss is quite close to the current market price. I'm only going to be losing $4.69 if my stop loss will get triggered and if the euro will move to the upside. Okay, this is where I entered. So far, I'm in profit 35 cents with the euro. And what I care about is the movement that's going to happen in minimum 3 to 4 hours from now. Okay, I don't care about the small moment-to-moment fluctuations. I care about what's going to happen in a few hours from now. Right, let's have a quick look at the other position. I have the USD JPY in a buy position. I bought here at 109.947. I bought when the price was somewhere there. Again, going by the signals I was getting, by a bit of technical analysis, I decided to open this position as a trial and see if it works. Okay, we saw the USD gaining a bit, retesting that 50 moving average. And as the US markets open minutes ago, we saw a bit of a sell-off happening on the USD JPY. And currently, this pair is in a bit of a drawdown of about 62 cents. Okay, I also have a stop loss for this position at $3, negative, minus $3.26. So if that level will be reached, then my position will close automatically with only a loss of $3. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. Now, the other position I took was USD CAD, again, long. We're looking at this one being in a bit of profit now. Okay, we're looking at USD CAD, in a profit of $4 almost. There we go, $4.01. So this one went as predicted. Okay, we saw again the bounce from that 50 moving average, and I decided to enter the market somewhere there. Hoping for the US dollar to strengthen a bit. Right, this is it. So overall, I'm in a profit of almost $4. $3.70. So if I decide to close all the positions I have open right now, overall, I'm going to book in a profit of $3.70. This applies to bigger positions as well, not only to the small positions. And if you trade, when you trade big positions, you can add another zero, or 2 zeros where you see your P&L, and then this might be enough for you. You might decide that you made enough money for today and you don't want to take any more chances, and you might want to close all your positions and walk away from the market. This is it. Now, I could let go of this position on the USD JPY, which is in a drawdown of about 60 cents, knowing that overall I'm going to be in profit with the other positions. But guess what? I am a stubborn trader, just like most of you. I am a greedy trader. So I said I'm only going to close these 4 positions, once all 4 of them go into profit. This is obviously another indication that things that you plan don't work out all the time, and the markets are very, very unpredictable. Okay, this is what's happening. I'm gonna leave this account alone for a few minutes, and I'm gonna come back to it in an hour or so and see where are we standing. Now, let's have a look at some trading signals, provided by investing.com. If you want more trading signals directly on your trading platform, you can use the trading platform of markets.com. They have amazing trading signals which are displayed directly on the platform. As you can see here in the left-hand side. And if you pull up the other section, you have more signals, or you can check the videos that they have every day, live webinars, live videos, and so on. There we go. This is one of them. Or you can go for financial commentary, which is basically the latest news, that comes out. Very interesting trading platform. But for now, we're going to use the trading signals from investing.com. So don't go anywhere. We're coming back live in 30 seconds.
Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
All right, and we're back with some signals provided by investing.com. Looking at the charts right now, we can see gold, silver, and copper, with strong buy indications. Gold is a bit is stalling a bit on a 15 minutes and an hourly chart. There we go. We can see the signals changing as we speak. We see gold turning to neutral, and we see silver and copper, indicating strong buy on 3 out of the 4 time frames. Crude oil, WTI, and Brent oil, are very, very undecided today, with a neutral on a 5-minute chart, buy on a 15-minute chart, strong sell on hourly and daily. And for Brent oil, we're looking at more strong sell than anything else. With the one on the 5 minutes being neutral. Natural gas and U.S. wheat are strengthening, surprising us with strong buy indications on all 4 time frames. So this is what is happening so far, but we know the markets need a bit of time to settle. We had a lot of announcements in the economic calendar today. And with Jerome Powell testifying in front of the Congress for the second day today, obviously traders might be a bit worried, and they might hold back from taking positions. Right, on the currency markets, we're looking at the euro, the pound, and the USD JPY pair with sell and strong sell indications. We're looking at the USD CHF with a strong buy. Aussie dollar, just like the euro and the pound, seems to be weakening versus the US dollar. USD CAD is strengthening with 4 strong buy indications. The Kiwi dollar seems to be weakening, with strong sell indications, and the euro seems to be weakening versus the JPY, as well as the pound. Weakening with 4 strong sell indications versus the Japanese yen. This is it. This is how the markets opened today, guys. We don't see a lot of action yet. We can see the euro pointing to the downside, and getting rejected from that 200 moving average that I was telling you about. We can see the pound again flirting with that 200 moving average. We don't know exactly where it's going to go, if it's going to go higher or lower. USD JPY, tiny correction after 45 minutes of dropping. Again, a rejection from that 200 moving average. AUD, we saw the Aussie dollar dropping on the European trading session today, and it's trying to correct, very, very shy still. With 2 green candlesticks, but again, we see the spikes on the candlesticks, that indicate basically an equal pressure, from buyers and sellers. So let's allow the markets a bit more time to calm down. Once again, quick look at Bitcoin and Ethereum, guys, on this beautiful Thursday. We saw Bitcoin trading to the downside again. Very, very shy correction, $31,842 right now. And Ethereum, again, it's trying a very shy correction after dropping for the entire European trading session. Right. Okay. Let me know what you think in the comments box below, guys. Let me know if you have any comments, what you think about the markets, if you prefer to trade stocks this week more than currencies or commodities. Yeah. And what's your stance on the markets? Join me again tomorrow for a new round of market talks. And until then, please remember to trade responsibly and may all your trades be in the market. All your trades be in the money, guys. What am I saying? This video was sponsored by markets.com.
Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.